Hi. I wanted to talk to you today about the benefit of holding your fingers down. Uh, I've kind of come up with three main reasons to sort of do this and think about. Um, the first point is, or the first reason is efficiency and accuracy. Um, if you look at this tune, "Dawning of the Day," you can take a look at measure 6 and uh, where the F sharp gets laid down at the end of the measure there for this little passage. You'll notice I hold my second finger down the whole time. Up until that E, right? So uh, that kind of ties into efficiency, and with efficiency, you get a couple of benefits. Um, you you get accurate, pitch accuracy. You don't have to go and find the note again. Um, you've laid it down the one time, and just by not having to find that note two other times, um, you've increased the accuracy of your intonation, and you also get the benefit of speed. So, not that we're going to play this super fast, but if you wanted to, right, you don't have to find that note three times. You just have to find it the one time. And that's sort of a concept that you want to apply across the board with violin playing. Um, you can take a look at movements of the bow or things that you do in your left hand, or even a lot of times minimizing things we do in the body, uh, eliminating excess movement, and in that way we play efficiently. And the benefit again of that is accuracy, and in this case with the left hand, you get accuracy, and you get the benefit of speed when you need it. So the second benefit of holding your fingers down is point of reference, and as you can see here in the same passage, we go for that third finger, right? So again, so what happens there when you lay down that second finger, you have a point of reference for your third finger. It's not a true half step, but in terms of being able to find the note, you can think of it as a half step. And you can also have that benefit if you're looking for a whole step. You still have that reference point. Now anchors. Typically, we use our first finger to anchor in any position that we're playing in the violin. Our first finger sort of acts as an anchor. Now, we sort of get that benefit right off the bat. Right here in this little part in the beginning, right? So holding that first finger down, we sort of we anchor our hand in first position, and we sort of build off of that with the second finger. And again, holding it down, we come back to that first finger. We didn't need to find it again. Now that changes if you're doing vibrato. And you have to come back to it. Yeah, the benefit is there. So you have your reference point and your anchor. So the third benefit is a little bit more subtle, and it kind of comes through in your playing. So what happens when we hold our fingers down is the note sustains a little bit longer than if we were going to let off. So you can just kind of, you could try this yourself. You play the second finger, say, and you get a bit of sustain. Now, you see how it just cuts off? The sound just drops, right? Rather than being sustained. So the benefit of holding your fingers down through a phrase is that you have all those notes sustaining just a little bit longer. And what that does is it sort of connects the phrase. It makes it sound more smooth and connected. And you actually get a little bit of a harmonic benefit there too. So this kind of delves into music theory a little bit, but back to that initial phrase. Essentially what we're doing is implying a D major chord. And the guitar is or whoever is accompanying you would most likely be playing a D major chord there. For those of you that don't know, D major chord is made up of D, F sharp, and A. So we don't get the D, but we do get the... Oh no, we do. We actually get all three of those. So we have the A, right? So it's a little bit inverted, but we have all three notes in that measure there. So they, in a way, are sort of providing their own harmony, right? So, right? So the A and the F sharp, so you get a little bit of harmony going on there. And then the F sharp, it's very subtle, but you can kind of hear the F sharp providing a little bit of harmony for that next note, the high D. So I hope you find this helpful. Just to sort of recap, 3 great reasons to hold your fingers down is you build efficiency, and the benefit of that efficiency is accuracy, especially with the intonation, and speed when you need it. You get a point of reference for other notes that you're going to be playing. Holding down something like the first finger, you're gonna get an anchor for whatever position you're in. And the third reason is you get your connected phrases. You're gonna get a nice connected, smooth phrase, and then a bit of a harmonic benefit as well, kind of on a more subtle level, but it's there. I hope you find this helpful. I plan on typing up an arrangement of Dawning of the Day. It's it's a traditional piece, so it's not much is going to change. But I do plan on adding little practice notes, places where you're going to want to hold your fingers down, or half step markings where you're going to be able to use something as a point of reference. And I'll add some of the ornamentation that I like to play, some of the slides, and little grace notes, or the hammer-on, stuff like that. The method book I use for most of my beginners is String Builder 1, Book 1 by Samuel Applebaum for violin. And 2 really great exercises in this book that sort of focus on holding your fingers down are on page 9, number 32, Our First Stunt. Here, I'll play it for you real quick, just so you can see. Right. So, as you can see, when we're laying down our first finger, it's getting out of the way of the A string, right? So that we can play both. And what's going to happen is that the first finger is actually going to be kind of, at least for me, and probably most of you, the first finger is going to be touching the G string. And that's totally okay. because it needs to get out of the way so that you can hold the first finger down while you play the A string. A little bit farther along, we have string builder, or sorry, a string mixer, and that's on page 13. It's the second part of number 58. So I'll play this for you. Here we go. So we're holding down our first and second finger in the beginning, and then we're kind of, we're holding the first finger down on the A string. And now, in this case, because we have to play the D string here and hold these two down, and so my fingers are touching the E string, and again, that's okay. So yeah, get the book. That's a great book for any beginner. Just starting off on the violin, builds great fundamentals, and it takes kind of little baby steps, so you don't really have to, doesn't need a whole lot of explanation from a teacher. But of course, if you have a private teacher, that's ideal. But yeah, hope you find this helpful. Get the book, get Dawning of the Day. I'll put a link in the description, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.